What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I'll wait for a few of y'all to get up in here. Not gonna be on here too long. Just want to unpack some things, man. Doing some night driving right now. Oh man. See somebody in the building. See y'all hit that light when y'all come on in here. No pressure. It's free. No pressure. It's free. It's free. That like button free, man. It's free. Hope everybody doing all right tonight. Like I said, man, I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but we do got some stuff we gotta unpack right now at this moment. A lot of stuff to unpack, man. It's been a busy ass day, for real, for real. Hope everybody cool. Hopefully they send out the notifications, man. Oh. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. If don't nobody show up right now, y'all just hit that rewind button or playback game. I'll give it another minute or two. I already know YouTube on some BS. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Show your boy some love, man. I'll give it like another minute or two. I know probably not gonna be too many people, but okay, I see 3 people up in here. Holler at your boy, man. Let me know y'all in here, man. Hit that like. Share this video too, man. Get it out there. Get it out there for you, man. Get it out there for your boy. Get it out there for your boy. All right. let's go ahead and get to the BS, man. Like I said, man, if you want to rewind this back, go ahead, play it back. But we're gonna jump right into it and unpack it. All right, now Benzino has pretty much came out and stated that Paul Pierce is lying about the situation that took place in 9/9/2000, well 2000, but it was during Paul Pierce's 9/9/2000 season. Hall of Famer Paul Pierce, who of course played for the Celtics. And what Benzino is talking about, he pretty much is talking about that night when Paul Pierce was unfortunately stabbed 11 times, okay? And just to give y'all a backstory what took place, Paul Pierce had went to a nightclub. You know, he told his side of the story, Benzino told his side of the story, but there's always, okay? Pretty much what went on and what reports say is that Paul Pierce had got into it with Benzino's entourage, and they got into a scuffle. Paul Pierce ended up getting stabbed 11 times in the face, neck, and in the back. And Benzino is on record telling everybody that Paul Pierce isn't telling the full story. So basically what he's saying is that Paul Pierce had actually hollered at one of the people. What's up with it, Ted? Paul Pierce had hollered at one of Benzino's entourage girl, and you know, of course, they exchanged words and everything, and then that's when things had got heated. Okay, now it's interesting because Benzino is now coming out and making these claims, and he also is Paul Pierce. He's putting basically the snitch jacket on Paul Pierce. Now, let me stop there for a second, right? Paul Pierce was in a situation, man, where, okay, he had to tell his side of the story, basically. And but two of the guys are still locked up to this day. Okay, to this day, they still are serving time in prison, and I think Benzino is still holding grudges because of that. You know, and on top of that, Benzino is his whole argument is saying that Paul Pierce is supposed to be, you know, this street guy and all this other stuff, which some people don't think that Paul Pierce ain't no street dude, but Paul Pierce is from Inglewood, California, okay, and the neighborhood that he grew up in was no joke, okay, just to say the least. So he by any stretch of the imagination, Paul Pierce ain't no punk at all, okay. But that's not to say that, you know, he started anything, because we know that, you know, back in those days, Benzino and his clique, man, his crew, you know, they were known, they were well known, especially in that, you know, when it came to Boston. Now, here's my thing with Benzino, right? You sitting here saying all this stuff about, you know, Paul Pierce. Now, you're saying that, you know, he's allegedly, you know, he got the jacket on him in terms of, you know, him being a snitch. Let's just call it what it is. But there were allegations of you allegedly snitching on someone, on your nephew, and it was recorded on audio. Okay, so Benzino, man, you're damn near 60 years old, man. If not 60, I think he's 60 years old. Okay, you're still holding grudges from something that happened 24 years ago. Okay, and on top of that, your track record really hasn't been looking that good at all. Okay, um, from what I hear about Benzino, he constantly harasses his baby moms. Okay, he constantly tries to make it seem as if they they can't live a life. He's stalking them and everything. Now I don't know the full story, but like I said, all of this is alleged. And on top of that, I heard that he even one time was on, I guess on social media or something like that, asking Coy Leray, which is his daughter, an up and coming hot artist. I like her. I like her work too. That's her. That's his daughter. He was asking her for money. Okay, and he constantly is getting into it with various people, and plus he's been arrested. He's been arrested here and there, and we all know that situation that happened with the the little rainbow situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into that or whatever, but it's not really looking all that good for Benzino to say the least. And another thing is, it always seems that when Benzino is having to explain himself, he always goes on this little rant, and he'll say, "Yeah, that happened," and then he wants to go ahead and he wants to point the finger. I find that strange that is always happening with Benzino. Yeah, well, like I said, man, I don't, I don't know that. That's salute to you too, Barrington. Like I said, man, I don't know about the man's lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I just go by what I see. I'm not gonna now. Listen, let me make this clear. I'm not taking anything away from Benzino, because Benzino has been, he has had a profound impact on the hip hop culture. Maybe not so much with the music, but in terms of the source. Okay, and for those of you that are old enough to remember, y'all remember the source. It was a hip hop magazine where pretty much you could find everything that you see on YouTube today. It started because of the source, in terms of the hip hop and stuff like that. Except now you can see it in real time, but back then you had to read and to get your information on what was going on the black top, so to speak, or what keeping your ear to the streets, or what was going on behind the scenes. And Benzino was instrumental because of that. So I'm not going to take anything away from him. But come on, Benzino, man, you 60 years old, dog. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting up there saying that Paul Pierce is lying. I don't know. Like I said, man, it's three sides to every story. It's three sides to every story. And if he is living that way, hey, that's his life. I would respect somebody more if they just go ahead and just be honest with themselves. Kind of like that Dwight Howard situation and shit, But yeah, and then I respect Paul Pierce too, because and some people might say I'm being biased, because I like Paul Pierce. I like the way he played the game. Paul Pierce, what I respected about him is because as soon as because a lot of people don't understand that Paul Pierce got hit because of that. Unfortunately, he got snubbed out of the All-Star that season. And so he wasn't able to play the All-Star game because of that in the 99-2000 season. he played every single game in the 2001 season after being stabbed 11 times. So some people might not look at that as a big deal, but that's incredible considering what he went through, because his wounds, from what I knew, were life threatening. They were life threatening. Another thing is too is while Benzino is saying all of this stuff, uh, he needs to be worried about what's going on, in his life and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You keep always breaking down and stuff like that. Now, and you said about fruity vibes or whatever, Barrington. I I just think that he's got clearly some issues there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to be like I'm the most high, like I know everything. But I mean, dog, it's like every time we turn around, Benzino is going through some sort of rant. Like, everybody was getting on him about, crying on the Breakfast Club. What's up with it, Brown Sugar? I see you in the building. Yeah, yeah, he had considered it because it was, man, like, and a lot of people were really, he took a lot of hit on his reputation because of that, Barrington. During that time. Now, social media wasn't like prevalent, like it is now. I mean, they had the internet and stuff, but it wasn't like, like it like it is now. It wasn't like no MySpace, or MySpace wasn't even there then, or no Facebook or none of that other stuff. Now you do something like that now, man, they gonna make all types of memes about you, stuff like that. Well, even back then, he took a hit on his reputation and stuff. And hey, Brown Sugar, we talking about your boy Paul Pierce. We know you a Celtic for life, so um, but yeah, uh, he took a lot of hit because of his reputation. But I think he won the city back over, and he won the city of Boston back over and stuff. And as far as Benzino saying that, putting that snitch jacket on Paul Pierce, uh, it's interesting because I think it was, I want to say Jordan Tower or somebody like that, man. They were saying like Paul Pierce wasn't from no streets or none of that other stuff, man. Yeah, he was. He grew up in Inglewood, California. Inglewood. And if you don't know about Inglewood, do your research. Yeah, I remember that, man. Oh, Dave Chappelle. I remember that. I remember that skit. But yeah, man. I mean, Benzino, man, he's salty about a lot of stuff right now. He wants to constantly harass his baby mamas, from what I hear. He wants to always act like he owns them. He never wants to take accountability for any of the stuff that he does. You know? What's up with it, Ronnie? I see you in the building. And it wasn't just Paul Pierce that was involved, y'all. It was a couple of people that was involved when Paul Pierce had got stabbed. Got stabbed. Like I said, he got when he got stabbed in the face, the back, and the neck. And even one person that was there, he ended up getting unalived. Yeah, but no, but Coy Leray, she's actually doing something. I like Coy Leray. I like what she does. Um, my partner, I try to put a couple people on Coy Lee Ray. You know, like she got talent, true talent. And see what's crazy, I didn't even know that was his daughter until I was like, what, that's his daughter? I was like, she's way more talented than what he was, you know. And that you know, like I said, man, he had a profound impact on hip hop. I'm not taking anything away from Benzino. You know, the source was the magazine. I mean, he had Source Sports and he had Source. So he had a profound impact on what was going on in hip hop culture, when and even bridging the gap between, well, I'm not gonna say bridging the gap, but having them, a combination of both hip hop and sports, being able to talk about it in a magazine. I thought that was dope, because hip hop and sports, they go hand in hand. Whether you talk about, you know, hip hop and basketball, hip hop and football, even here and there, you know, with baseball and some other sports, and boxing too. Yeah, so you know, a lot of people got to understand that, man, and as funny as ever, definitely. Oh wow, but nah, I mean, like I said, man, he basically he's claiming that Paul Pierce is not telling the full story, you know, and like I said, I'm gonna put the link to the videos in the description after this live. I'm gonna put it in there so y'all could check out, because it was on Up in Smoke. It was on the Up in Smoke podcast, and the Art of Dialogue podcast. Paul Pierce was on the Up in Smoke podcast, and Benzino was on the Art of Dialogue. That's where Benzino is alleging that Paul Pierce is lying. You know, but look, I'm gonna tell you like this: how I feel. Um, I think that there's a lot of truth in what Paul Pierce is saying. I mean, he just seems like the more believable individual, because Paul Pierce has always kept it, you know, 100. The one thing that I respect about Paul Pierce is that he's straight up when he says he doesn't, you know, he don't mess with LeBron like that. You know what I'm saying? And at first I was like, dang man, you being kind of hard on him and everything like that. But he's thorough. He's thorough how he is and stuff. But I believe that he's telling a lot of the truth of what was going on. But I think that Benzino is more salty because, like I said, he got two guys from his crew that are still in prison to this day. One of them got off on trial. One of them ended up getting off on trial. So I can understand why he's feeling the way that he's feeling. You know, but you know, like I said, man, things ain't looking that great for Benzino. Some people felt like he won the little, you know, the battle between, you know, this uh re I guess you could say reincarnated battle, or you know, back and forth between him and Eminem. But what makes it even more crazy is that, you know, he's up in there breaking down and stuff. Yeah, exactly. And you know what, Barrington, it's funny you said that, Brown Sugar. Barrington was just saying that he gives off, you know, fruit vibes or whatever. And like I said, man, he does get, you know, really emotional. It's just like when he was online with, I forget that dude's name, man, but he was trying to explain the whole Transformer situation. And he was up in there, man. He was like, "Yeah, I'm willing to die for mines. I'm willing to die for mines and all this other stuff." Yeah, he gets crazy. He gets emotional. Cause I was looking at this one. It was a live where it was him, Peter Guns, and man, what's that other dude's name from Love and Hip Hop or whatever? They was all on Love and Hip Hop. All of them light skinned. But one of them used to mess with Erica Mena or whatever. I forgot that dude's name, but uh, they were all on live one day, man, and Benzino was just getting real emotional with them, with Peter Guns and that other dude. I know. I'm trying to. Yeah, element of. I know what you mean, but like I said, man, I don't want to. I don't want to speculate. Like I said, I'm gonna just say, man, I find it very, very odd that he never takes accountability for some of the stuff that he does, and he does a lot of finger pointing, he's always breaking down. Like when he broke down on the drink champs. And look, man, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that. Okay, yeah, we ain't got no type of feelings or anything like that, but it's just like every time you see Benzino, man, he's always breaking down like that. You know what I'm saying? He even got crazy when people started talking about him not having no neck and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to go back, and then he tried to pull Shannon Sharp in it. So it's stuff like that, man, that I look at Benzino, man, and I'm like, man, this dude is suspect. He's suspect, man. But like I said, man, shout out to both of those guys, but I think I'm riding with Paul Pierce on this one when he's saying that, he's alleging that Paul Pierce is lying. He said that about a lot of other people. Oh, no, she ain't telling the truth. Oh, no, he ain't telling the truth. Yeah, exactly. That's facts, Queen. That's facts. Yeah, he might be. But like I said, um, that transformer situation. Look. If you did it, you did it. If you did it, you did it. Own up to it. You know what I'm saying? People will respect you more. That's just like with the whole situation with Dwight Howard. Like people will respect you more if you just come. Hey, look, you can say what you want about like Little Nas X, and I don't mind diving into something like this because I'm not trying to offend nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like you live your life, but you you gonna stretch yourself out more trying to hide it and trying to lie and trying to constantly deny it, then you just go ahead and just go, step up out and tell everybody what it is. You know, people people honestly will respect you a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a fact. But you sitting up in there denying it's gonna make people even more angry because it's like, damn, dog, just go ahead and be straight up about, you got to be honest with yourself before you could be honest with anybody else. I'm just keeping it 100. And like I said, man, I really didn't start, like, really beginning to know Benzino. And you said the truth hurts. I'd rather hurt than be blindsided. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just be straight up, man. Like, everybody like, oh, I want to hide, man. Look, dog, if you did it, you did it. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing you could do to take it back if you did do it. Other than that, you're gonna sit up there, trying to deny it the whole time when everybody already clearly sees the truth. Everybody already knows that. So just be straight up with yourself because people gonna find out anyway. One way or another, people gonna find out. One way or another, people gonna find out. That's just like when you sitting up in there and you saying that Paul Pierce is lying. Well, you talking about a man that got stabbed 11 times. He got stabbed 11 times with some life-threatening wounds, and you put his career at risk. Could have fumbled the bag, and you put his reputation because now he could have lost out on a lot of endorsements. Mr. Laidback 8. Yeah, that's me. Who is Mr. Laidback 808? Yeah, but just keep it straight, man. Just keep it straight, I mean, there's some people that still call me Polo, man. Either Polo, Gristle. You call me Gristle Hardaway, or you call me straight. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, we're doing away with Polo Sports Talk. But okay. What's up with you, man? Like I said, man, everybody's starting to come back around and know, where my channel is and find out where I'm at and stuff. So I appreciate you coming through, man. I knew you was somebody because you got a wrench. So I don't just give a wrench to anybody. Yeah, I mean he a hip hop Hall of Famer. He of course he was with the Gambino boys and all that, but like I said, man, you 60 years old now, man. You got to let some of that stuff go. That's why I put that short up earlier with Bubba Dove. Shout out to Bubba Dove, Texas Finest. I mean, he was playing around, but it's a lot of truth in that, man. You got to let shit go. Man, I appreciate it, man. He said I'm the best. I appreciate it, man. And hey, I appreciate that compliment, but nah, man, I just try to keep it a stack, man. Nah, I just try to grind for y'all. I'm gonna try to give y'all the best, and I'm not gonna shortchange anybody. Everybody knows how I rock, man. Everybody a lot of the guys in the LDBC know how I rock, and I keep it, 100, man. And this is a place where everybody got a voice and stuff. But it's sad that YouTube is trying to they're trying to silence us, man. It's like, man, it used to be the First Amendment on here. Now, like, you can't exercise nothing on here. Benzino still act. Yeah, man, he trying to act like he young. And look, like I said, man, I got people that, that you don't want to be young and stuff like that. But in terms of, like, man, you trying to start drama with people half your age, and you think that one of these young cats ain't gonna wipe the floor with you that's half your age. You think you 60 years old, but you gonna be able to fight a dude in his prime that's like 30 something years old. He been lifting, running, been hitting the bag, you know what I'm saying, doing all types of conditioning training and stuff like that, but you on drink tramp. I'm sorry, that drink champs. You know what I'm saying? Who's your nigga? You talking about Benzino? You talking about Benzino? I mean, look, I like I said, man, in the beginning. Oh, okay? Yeah. Um, Look, man, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to the next topic at hand. Uh, Benzino, man, he got a lot of stuff that he got to put out on the table, man, and he gonna have to come to grips because he's not getting any younger, man. You know, his daughter is. I mean, he was online asking money from his daughter. Now I don't, like I said, I didn't see it, but that's all alleged. And also, they were saying that Whack 100 had some audio of Benzino snitching on his nephew. I don't know how true that is. You know, I don't know how true that is. And if anybody knows about that, just let me know. But besides that, man, okay, now before I get on this one right here, man, I got to give a shout out to the brother Too Raw for TV, man. Definitely go sub to Too Raw for TV. I saw him talking about this first, and I saw it earlier, but I didn't do a piece on it. I still got some videos to drop. Now the NBA is talking about exploring the possibility of bringing it back to more competitive balance, pretty much bringing physicality back. You know what I'm saying? Which means the possibility of having a hand checking back, right? And Joe Dumars, who is the VP right now, and please, I really want Joe Dumars to really just take over everything. That's just my opinion. I want Joe Dumars to take over everything. But right now, we got to stick to Adam Silver. Adam Silver said he's possibly exploring bringing things back because the league is averaging 115.4 points per game. That's the highest it's ever been since 1970. I think it was like 1970 something. Back in 2000, 2003, 2004, the average score was 93.4. Right, Ted. Yeah, he definitely he everybody's taking a page from LeBron book, including Taylor Swift, because they billionaires now, so it's like they can invest and pretty much get what they want. But I'm telling you, once they bring this back, this is what I want to see because there needs to be that all this scoring. Come on, man. All we're looking at pretty much is just trading shots and stuff. And there needs to be a lot more, physicality, like it used to be. There's a lot of people that enjoy defense. There's a lot of people that enjoy some sort of challenge and physicality. We want to see more competitive games. What y'all think about that though? You said I remember the 2004. Yeah, it was low scoring. Like I said, it was the average score in 2003, 2004 was at 93.4. And and the average score right now is 115. It's like 115. That's the highest it's been since 1969, 1970 season. So I want to see more, more physicality. Like I would really like. Now I don't. Of course, I don't want people getting pulled out of the air. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Being slammed to the ground and stuff like that. We don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want people getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? But we would like to see a level of physicality where it's good physical defense. You know what I'm saying? Not to hurt nobody, but just physical. You said bring back physicality and trash talking. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there is trash talking, but it's like you can only say and do so much now. It's like they think that these guys is getting ready to go commit a crime or something like that. You said 2004 Pistons held 20. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Under 70 points. Yeah, that '04 Pistons team, man. Oh my gosh, I love that. That was a phenomenal team. I remember that whole team, Ted. They made the All-Star game. They started in the All-Star game. Remember that? But guys are breaded sensitive now, and that comes from their upbringing. Right. You said I love the trash talking in there. Yeah, no technicals. I liked it when they actually got into fights and they would let the game continue. Like I said, man, I want all of that, to come back. But that's what Joe Dumars and Adam Silver are talking about doing. The average, the average 3 point percentage right now is at 36.7%. That's the highest that it's been. That's tied for the highest in history in terms of the average 3 point percentage now. And right now it's at 78% for free throw percentage, and uh, the turnover average per team is at 13.6. That's actually been the lowest that it's been since the 1971 season. You said I miss when coaches call their players scrubs and bums when they play bad. Yeah, well, like I said, a lot of see like Jason Kidd, he's an old school coach like that, but they don't like Jason Kidd's his style. That's why he got criticized while he was in Brooklyn and in Milwaukee. But I like his style of coaching though. Jason Kidd's wasn't in high school. Wasn't in high school and when Will scored that Benjamin. Yeah, and at that time it was the fastest pace, but they don't talk about that. During that season, I think they had the fastest pace at that time. If not, it was up there. A lot of people don't think that those guys play pretty fast, and they were doing it without a 3 point line. Yeah, I love his style of coaching. Hey, I like look, man. A lot of people might trip out when I say this, man. Like Greg Popovich style of coaching, Bobby Knight style of coaching. Man, those guys are extremely hardcore. Man, my coach was crazy in high school. And then once after high school, I had another coach just before JUCO or whatever, man. He was crazy. Yeah, Pat Riley was tough too, man. He was real tough. A lot of these guys can't handle that, man. They too old school for him. So yeah, they're exploring the possibility of bringing the physicality back, man. And I think I think the game needs it. But you know what Luka said? Luka said that he wouldn't mind. He said it wouldn't affect his scoring either way, and I actually believe that. But with Luka though, man, yeah, you say with your scoring and all that other stuff, but will you be able to hold anybody? That's the problem that I see. Because all you want to do is dribble and shoot the ball. You don't want to get, yeah, Chuck Daly. You don't want to get nobody involved. You don't want to work on your conditioning or do any of that other stuff. All you want to do is just get the ball and be tunnel vision. You gotten a little better ever since Tim Hardaway Sr. got on your ass, but nah, you don't want to play off the ball, man. Nah, not at all, man. And that's what's gonna hurt them in the long run. But he's steadily gonna try to blame everybody else. And like I said, it don't take nothing away. Like I said, man, I like Luka as a talent, man, but man, this guy, man, he don't want to work on the other. He don't want to work on the other side of the other aspect of basketball, which is the defensive end and the conditioning part. I mean, he tried to come in somewhat decent shape, but I noticed he's still starting to get relatively gassed sometimes and stuff. And watch, he gonna wear down. He gonna wear down in the playoffs. I guarantee you. Now, see, Jokic, that's a whole nother. See, Jokic, he might not be the fastest, but he be trying the way he be running off funny and stuff like that. Jokic, man, at least he be trying to play some sort of defense. He might not move that fast, but he be trying. That's what separates him. That's why Jokic got the championships. And people always want to make it. Yeah, man. Like, and I'm telling you, man. And look, if Luka played somewhat of the defense that Larry Bird at least tried to, because Larry Bird wasn't a good one-on-one defender. He was a good team defender. If he at least tried to do that, man, just a little bit, a percentage of that, I would have Luka much higher than what I do right now. I just would. Yeah, he averaged 10 rebounds for his career. Yeah, he always averaged a double double, or at least close to. I think there was maybe like a couple seasons where he didn't. But yeah, he was always in double digit in rebounds. And people wonder why. Oh well, why do you have LeBron? I mean, Larry as your starting small forward. There's plenty of reasons why I got Larry as my starting small forward. If you go see, y'all look at Larry, oh yeah, he's slow and he can't move, he unathletic and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, he's still gonna light your ass up. At the end of the day, he was doing the shit that LeBron was doing. Maybe just not. He wasn't as athletic, but Larry was. See, what gets often forgot. Everybody talks about how Magic was such a gifted passer and all this other stuff. Larry Larry was doing shit where you were amazed. He was doing a Harlem Globetrotter type passes in the game, and they would be pinpoint. He would find you. Now that was a point forward. What's going on with the Sixers? You like Patrick Beverly? Well, Patrick Beverly's not with the Sixers anymore. He's he's with the Milwaukee Bucks. Uh, I mean, look, man, it's highly unlikely that we're gonna we're gonna win. We got Boston tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're winning. I mean, we're only down by 2, so that's pretty good. And we're playing them at home too. So if they, I'm hoping that they win tonight. This is good experience for Maxie though. To answer your question, Mr. Layback, man. Yeah, on a hurt back too. That's facts, Ted. He was doing all that on a hurt back. Not to mention he had some other injuries that they don't talk about. He also had you got to realize he sacrificed his body so much. Back then, you had to do that. Man, him diving on that parquet floor back then. Shoot, I'm not. I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. Shit, we didn't need that headache, man. Get up out of there, man. Now, listen. Now the next step that we need to do is just go ahead and move on from a couple of people that are there. I want to move on from Joel Embiid. I'm sorry. I know people are like, well, why would you do that? Y'all are losing all this other stuff. When he come back, we're not gonna win. Everybody act like, oh, we're a guaranteed championship when he come back. Listen, man, his time is coming to a close. Joel Embiid about to be 30, man. So I'm not sorry about James Harden. Get that headache up out of there. Well, I mean, look, we only down by 2 right now. Okay. I know you love your Celtics, but but what if we do win, Brown Sugar? I'll be happy. I'll be happy about that. But I, I don't see us beating them in a series. Nah, we gave. Well, you got to understand, Ted. I mean, they'll give us some picks because we gave you. Do you know what we gave away when we when we got rid of because we got rid of Beverly, and then we gave we gave away several of our picks when we dealt when we got Buddy Hield. When we got Buddy Hield and when we got oh man, what was that dude's name? Cameron Payne. Yeah, we were about to get him and Durant, but that wasn't gonna fall through. That wasn't gonna fall through. LeBron right now, man, he's still heated about Bronny being yanked off the board, and I already done talked about that. But for those of y'all that didn't look at my video earlier, I basically was talking about that situation. And look, man, it's clear he's not ready yet. They're projecting him to go in the 2025 draft in the second round. Okay. What that means is that he's not ready. Stay up at USC, get better. Shannon Sharp brought up a good point today. All right. He did say that Bronny didn't have a training camp. Get a training camp in. Get this off season. If I'm Bronny, I'm locking myself in the gym. I'm telling everybody, leave me the fuck alone. Okay? I'm running. I'm doing drills. I'm eating the best way that I can. I'm not partying. I'm not doing none of that. I'm putting up at least 2,000-3,000 a day. I'm doing nothing but conditioning drills. I'm hooping at every event where there's pro level to college level D1 elite players. I'm at Rico Hines. I'm shit. I go to the goddamn Drew League. I'm at Venice. I'm everywhere. I'm hooping, going hard. Come back and murk that next year. That's all he has to do. Because meanwhile, you got a Frankenstein and Bryce being built right now. And Bryce is already about to be 6'7", and he's ranked in the top 20 right now. And Ohio State is already looking at Bryce right now, according to 247 Sports. So yeah, that's what I'm doing if I'm Bronny. I'm not. Listen, I know. Hey, yeah, that's his father. He love him and everything, but no, somebody to rebound for me, bam, and they got the money to do it. Shit, hey, the only thing that I'm doing is what Jordan did when he was on the set of Space Jam. What was he doing? He had all of his players there. He had everybody that he played in the season with. Had Reggie Miller there. He had pretty much everybody there. Dennis Rodman. You know, everybody was there hooping with him. Antoine Walker, I think, was there. Juwan Howard. He had everybody there because he felt so bad that he had lost that season when they got beat by the Magic, and that's all he did was stay in the gym. He didn't even go nowhere. That's what Bronny got to do. Come back that next year, that season, at least get 15 to 20, a couple of steals. Then now we talking. Now we cooking with grease. Nah, that's not gonna happen, man. The most and that be silly, man. You got to think about what the afterlife, man. Oh man, 47. 42 is probably. Yeah, I don't even think he would probably excel maybe at a lower level college. And another thing that Shannon Sharp was saying, he was like, he need to be grateful that he's even in D1. And everybody thinks like, oh, well, you're being heartless and you're being savage when you say that. No, I'm actually being nice and you're talking to a parent. And it's very, I think it's really messed up the amount of pressure that they putting on this guy. After a tragic, almost a damn near tragic situation that took place. This young man could have lost his life. Yeah, no, I don't even see 44, Ted. I see 42. Really, honestly, LeBron should just go ahead and call it quit. You know what I'm saying? I know some people, they get crazy when I say that. But what do you like? Are you gonna be competing for championships, or are you just doing it for numbers? Because if you're just doing it for numbers, I mean, you pretty much just going through the motions and just adding to your numbers or whatever. But if you're gonna stay in, at least, because veterans that get older, what do you see them doing? Parrish. A lot of people don't know Robert Parrish was on he ended up being with the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Even damn Tracy McGrady was like, you know what, man? I can't get that much to read. He tried to get one with the Spurs. It didn't work out. Like, man, go ahead and sit your ass down, man. Sit down, man. I mean, look, but all these other guys, that's why they've been trying to bring in, the media is they're trying to do their best to try to squeeze in who's going to be the face of the league right now. But they're not going to do it because they still got a lot invested in LeBron. they're talking about Anthony Edwards being the face of the league. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to talk about some of these other players. Yeah, Rick Mahorn. I didn't know. Joe, you said Joe Smith was 40. He retired at 40. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm about to say. I thought. I know he didn't play platinum because he's 48 right now. But you called Joe Smith the scrub though, Ted, and you was definitely capping on that, man. Joe Smith wasn't no scrub, man. He wasn't no bum. He wasn't none of that, man. You said I remember you said you. Yeah, he was a solid role player. I mean, I know what you're saying, Ted. Maybe he didn't mount to what we wanted to see when he was at Maryland. I know you wanted to see that, catch it off the rim, or as Brown Sugar say, Maryland. No, he wasn't no scrub. He wasn't no scrub, man. Joe Smith was not no scrub, bro. He wasn't no scrub, man. Not at all. And look how long he lasted in the league, man. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Y'all gonna understand, man. Like, these guys that y'all calling scrubs and stuff like that, man. Nah, man. These guys ain't no scrubs, bro. You got to think about it, man. He was a role player when he went to the league. He was a role player. And see, you also got to realize, man, the average NBA career, they only last like 3 years. He played well over 10 seasons. Yeah, he was a teammate of LeBron's, but by then, he was older and everything, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man, he wasn't no scrub, man. Joe Smith, I used to like Joe Smith, especially when he played with the Warriors. I used to like Joe Smith, man. I wanted him to pan out, man. But man, it's good chatting with y'all, man. I gotta get some food in my belly, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, also hit the notifications so that you're notified. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man. I'll get at y'all later.